is there any age restriction or anything? Can anyone enter? Is it open to all ages?
It is 18 plus, I'm afraid, and that's because a number of European events are 18 plus, and so to keep it a level playing field, that's what we have to go with. But as long as you're 18 for the October Euro Cosplay event in London, that's fine. As long as your birthday's before then.
What a cool birthday present it would be to be crowned Cosplay Champion of Europe, though, wouldn't it?
It would be very cool.
That would be cool, especially if they're British too. So anyway, guys, cosplay.
It has to be added that whoever qualifies gets paid travel and accommodation to Expo.
Now that's pretty cool.
In October. So it's not like you have to worry about travel costs or where you're staying or anything like that.
And you also get free entry to the event as well for the entire weekend, which is pretty damn cool. And you get to meet these two. Another cool thing.
And fast track past the queue.
Seriously, that's pretty good considering how big the queues can be and how big it will be in October as well. Now, one of the things, I mean, a lot of people here are in fantastic cosplay. I mean, you've probably chatted to them about it over at the desk and stuff. What advice can you give them then about selecting a costume that potentially could be a Europe winner?
It's got to be impressive. If you do the same kind of costume that everyone else does, you're not going to stand out from the crowd, to be honest.
Good point.
It needs to be an ambitious costume. If you want to know what kind of costumes come in, there are already a number of people that have qualified from their various countries. Come by the cosplay desk or come and chat to us on the Expo forums, and you'll be able to see pictures of people that have qualified. You're not going to be able to see them from here, but we've got an Italian qualifier here with an impressive wingspan. Take a look at that.
I think Rachel is, I think she won her qualifier with an Ultimecia costume from Final Fantasy. There's a Safer Sephiroth, a Warcraft costume. They're quite interesting costumes. Generally, the judging's going to be looking at everything from how accurate you are to how well you make things and how good you are on stage. So the judging is across the board. So if you can make a good neat costume and you fancy a challenge, it's cool.
And so what costume, if you guys could enter then? Let's say both of you weren't taking part, you were going to enter it. What would your cosplay that you'd enter?
If I was going to do a costume for May Expo that I wanted to get into Euro Cosplay...
Yeah, that's fine, carry on.
Okay. I mean, my dream costume would be Grimlock from Transformers.
Oh,
yes.
Yes.
Grimlock from Transformers. Is there anyone else old as us too?
Hey! Thank you!
Bloody kids.
There's half your target audience gone. Nice one.
What costume would you do?
I probably can't say because you might see it later in the year, but...
Oh yeah. At a different event.
Okay. So if you'd like to ask James or Joe a question now, we're going to give the mic over to my friend here, Jake, who's going to give us some questions. So stick your hand up if you'd like to ask a question. Don't be shy, they don't bite. Even though they may look like they do, they don't. I can assure you. Except him. Possibly. So if you would like to ask a question, okay, if you can't think of one now, don't forget the guys are on the forums, as they say. It's free to join the Expo forums, as there's a lot of stuff to do with Expo. It's free. The forums are free to register. You can ask them questions there and contact them via that, or even at the cosplay desk there. They're quite approachable guys, very nice and down to earth. So you can ask them pretty much anything. They won't look at you like, what are you talking about? But you've got some other activities for us to front this talk. So if you'd like to tell us some, maybe have a wacky game or two up your sleeve.
It's already 15:15, so I don't know if we'll get the time. I think we'll do questions.
If there are any questions.
We are going to definitely do a bit of dancing after the masquerade, though. Has everyone got their dancing shoes on?
Okay. Chip the ledge, my Jordan. You know. So that's all we got time for, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, we're going to do questions, aren't we?
There was no questions, sir.
Have we got any questions about Euro Cosplay? You're lying. Come on.
Oh, one guy.
There we go. We got plenty. We got here. We got here. Pardon? It has to be a costume you've made. So all of the normal rules of costume contest and masquerade apply. So in order to get into the main masquerade at Expo, for example, you would have had to have made your own costume, okay? So it's a costume you've made yourself from scratch. If you've bought like the shoes or the wig, that's not a big deal. But at the kind of level we're looking for at Euro Cosplay could affect a judgment. But yes, it's not a contest about who can use eBay the best. It is a contest about who can make a costume from scratch the best. And that's the whole thing. The props, the costume, the mannerism on stage. I mean, you know, am I acting like a Battlestar Galactica officer? No, I'm not. So I don't stand a chance. Whereas if James came on stage with his 9-foot tall Optimus Prime costume, transformed into a truck and rolled on into the sunset, that would probably be pretty good.
Oh, that's my idea.
Oh, you'll have to settle for Ultra Magnus.
No.
Well, it's better than Rodimus Prime.
Yeah.
Next question, there's a question back there, Mr. Jake. Run like the wind, howl.
Wrong way.
Do you enter both qualifiers? So the Amicon and the MCMA?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
no problem there.
As long as you're at both events, of course. It has, for the qualifier, it's not a problem. We're looking for the most impressive costume. For Euro Cosplay itself, it has to come from some kind of animated source. Whether that is cartoon, anime, computer game, those are all fine, but live action is out. Original designs is out, because you can't fairly compare original designs. What else might qualify?
No, that just about covers it. But yeah, video games. Obviously, if something's been a film and a video game, you're fine. You don't have to worry about that.
It doesn't matter whether it's from the East or the West. You could turn up as an X-Men character just as much as you can turn up as a character from Naruto.
One more question. Is there a chance for I mean, if you guys thinking about the European cosplay competition, is there any chance for the World Summit, joining it, or?
Certainly the World Cosplay Summit won't link in with Euro Cosplay, but we're not going to rule out the possibility that England might get a World Cosplay Summit place at some point in the future.
Certainly we're hoping that Japan will be watching, and I'd be very surprised if the people that organise the World Cosplay Summit won't be paying attention.